Many times how Harry is so much better on his own, and the evidence appears to keep adding up. Louise, is there more than just a professional separation?
Well, it does make me wonder, because all signs point to some issues behind the scenes. I mean, professionally, they've had to separate. Their brand was toxic.
Some other famous people in the USA, Meghan Markle and, of course, her husband, the Ginger. What do you make of reports in Vanity Fair that Meghan's PR team have reportedly spruiked a potential book about her life post-divorce from Prince Harry, which is a bit awkward since the couple haven't even split up?
Yeah, I wish I could say that surprises me, but it seems like the privacy brigade, when they're not begging us to leave them alone, will also do anything for attention. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if she'd shopped a divorce book or a divorce reality show. I'm honestly half surprised she hasn't come out as transgender yet. I guess you just constantly have to reinvent yourself and come up with new reasons for relevancy when you don't have any actual talents. I mean, everything that they've touched turns to the opposite of gold when it comes to their entertainment company and their Netflix deals. My personal favorite thing about her is that when she did her podcast series for Spotify, she didn't even record the interviews properly. She had producers interview the people and then read a script in her own voice of the questions to be edited in after the fact.
And so they're very much looking at separate professional lives. There's some commentary around the fact that there may be some upset in their marriage as well. But at this stage, it's just looking like they are very much following different paths. Meghan, of course, is involved with American Riviera Orchard, her jams and preserves and dog biscuits, and of course the cooking show that's going to accompany that. Harry's moving back to the things that really meant a lot to him in the past.
They step back from the throne, but now Meghan's stepping away from the marriage divorce is on the horizon. And the message is clear. If Harry can't keep pace, she's leaving the era of TA. Meghan and Harry might be finished, and she's already scripting the next chapter without him.
If Meghan ever get divorced, it would make for an absolute ratings bonanza. Kinsey, surely not. Surely these TV executives are not praying for a divorce. I mean, that is really cynical.
Once hailed as the dazzling, defiant fairy tale of modern royalty, the love story between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle now seems to be unraveling faster than a silk dress at a scandalous gala. The glitz has dimmed, the charm has crumbled, and behind those PR-perfect photos lies a relationship on the edge of collapse, burning with resentment, betrayal, and royal turmoil.
Spicy allegations over the years. But come January 2025 and Vanity Fair has entered
Defiant fairy tale.
And it's blistering. A long-form expose I did not see coming. There is this. A few years ago, a rumour began circulating around the book world about another prospective
For months, the
project
rumor mill
for
has been
Meghan.
swirling, hinting at trouble in the Sussex paradise. But now the tension has reached a boiling point. And it all circles back to one explosive move, the imminent stripping of Harry and Meghan's royal titles. It's not just gossip, it's a ticking time bomb. And Meghan, she's reportedly ready to detonate the entire thing.
Hollywood and across America and the UK as well. So whether that travels into a separation for them, let's hope not, because there are two.
Enter Thomas Markle Jr., the estranged half-brother with a front-row seat to the Markle family drama and a mouth that refuses to stay quiet, speaking to the media with the energy of a man tossing gasoline on a fire. Thomas drops a bombshell. If Prince William dares go through with removing their titles, Meghan is finished, no negotiations, no royal rescue. Just cold, calculated farewell. He's trapped, Thomas boldly claims, and Meghan knows it. She's pulling the reins.
That for Lilibet and Archie either, but moreover to that, I really find that I'm seeing Harry and Meghan much happier professionally working as a separate entity. Look, the beautiful pictures of Harry in Vancouver, the big smile, he's so engaged, and Arthur Edwards, of course, who's followed him around the world as a Sun Royal photographer, made the point that he
paints
really
a haunting picture, a once proud prince, now a shadow of himself, emotionally drained, isolated, and reportedly spiraling under the pressure of his fractured ties to the crown. And Meghan, according to insiders, she's not interested in playing. the royal victim if Harry loses the last thread connecting him to the monarchy. She may sever her ties and his without so much as a backward glance, was.
That Meghan's team had a conversation with a publishing house to gauge interest in the idea for a potential book, the concept for which there was no written or formal proposal.
Behind the curtains of Buckingham Palace, senior royals are reportedly gathering like war generals King Charles and Prince William, leading the charge as they weigh the optics, the fallout, and the fury of stripping Harry of his princely status. But the public, they're already sharpening their pitchforks. A staggering 97% of Brits pled say it's time Harry got the royal boot.
For Lilibet and Archie either, but moreover to that, I really find that I'm seeing Harry and Meghan much happier professionally working as a separate entity. Look, the beautiful pictures of Harry in Vancouver, the big smile, he's so engaged, and Arthur Edwards, of course, who's followed him around the world as a Sun royal photographer, made the point that he was really seeing the Harry of old. And it's been wonderful to see that. So,
and I feel like we have said that a number of times over the year, where we have seen him at various things on his own, and he just seems to be a bit lighter and like he's having a bit more fun. It looks like too that this professional separation is creeping into Christmas plans.
That's right. So Harry is, one of the things he absolutely loves is Scotty's Little Soldiers. It's a charity for children who have lost their parents through warfare.
And Meghan, according to Palace insiders, she's already playing the long game. Planning her exit like a queen without a crown, rumors swirl that she's consulting divorce lawyers, subtly rebranding herself and plotting her next chapter in the Hollywood Hills, far away from royal drama and royal duties.
Of a book really might centre around a post-Harry divorce. And this, the source who worked in media projects says Meghan's own relationships with employees tended to follow.
One royal commentator didn't hold back. She came, she conquered, and now she's preparing to cash out in the high stakes. Game of crowns, cameras, and crumbling vows. One thing is crystal clear. This love story is spiraling into a tabloid storm, and the world is watching popcorn in hand.
So reportedly on a trial separation after months of fighting. Sources close to the pair say the time apart is in the hope of rebuilding their bond after recent humiliation and deals falling through with Spotify.
Once the picture-perfect pair who couldn't keep their hands or headlines off each other, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry now seem more like business partners trapped in a failing contract than husband and wife. What started as a royal rebellion, fueled by passion and purpose, has devolved into cold glances, separate schedules, and a house that feels more like a battlefield than a home. Insiders say the fairy tale ended long ago. What's left now is a strategic alliance held together by PR deals, brand sponsorships, and a rapidly fading illusion of unity these days. Meghan's hustle is loud and laser-focused. She's everywhere, polishing her Hollywood comeback, teasing new Netflix projects, dabbling in luxury fashion, and preparing to launch her lifestyle empire with the ruthlessness of a woman who knows her next move has to be big. Every shot of Meghan radiates ambition. She's camera-ready, brand-ready, and notably solo on.
Is this allegation that Meghan was shopping around a post-divorce book while she was still married? And I assume, unbeknownst to Harry, that he will apparently end up on the scrap heap once it's time to pull the trigger on this particular project.
Meanwhile, Harry looks like he's been left behind in the dust of his own downfall. Disheveled, distant, and clearly struggling, the Duke of Sussex is said to be spiraling, grappling with the harsh aftermath of his security loss in the UK and the brutal legal mess that followed once the rebellious royal with a cause he now cuts. The figure of a man haunted by regret and completely out of sync with the woman who once stood by his side.
Yes, you're right. They went over to America. They were going to be a power couple. They were going to be the next Michelle and Barack Obama, or the next George and Amal Clooney, and that has not worked out.
Paparazzi lenses no longer catch them hand in hand on sunny strolls. Instead, they're snapped apart, or not at all. Public appearances feel painfully staged, like two actors playing a role. They're both desperate to escape. One source close to the couple let it slip they speak more to their teams than to each other. Trial separations are being whispered like dirty little secrets, heated fights reportedly echo through the Montecito mansion's lavish halls. According to one royal watcher, they're living separate lives in the same house. The romance is dead, the partnership is business, the bond shattered.
I wish I could say that surprises me, but it seems like the privacy brigade, when they're not begging us to leave them alone, will also do anything for attention. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if she'd shopped a divorce book or a divorce reality show.
If things weren't already teetering on the edge, Harry's explosive sit-down. If the BBC pushed them over the cliff, what was supposed to be a cathartic airing of royal grievances turned into a full-blown PR disaster on live television. Harry spilled his soul, speaking on his strained royal ties, his stripped security, and the toll of being the spare. Things weren't already teetering on the edge. Harry's explosive sit-down with the BBC pushed them over the cliff. What was supposed to be a cathartic airing of royal grievances turned into a full-blown PR disaster on live television. Harry spilled his soul, speaking on his strained royal ties, stripped security, and the toll of being the spare.
It really gives a whole new meaning to professional separation. And one wonders where the Sussexes go to from here. How do you regroup after such a sensational and merciless rebuke?
But the interview backfired spectacularly. Instead of rallying public support, Harry was criticized. Viewers called it whiny British. Media labeled him tone-deaf and self-obsessed. The sympathy he sought turned into mockery, and the backlash dragged the royal family and Meghan right back into the center of a storm they were desperate to escape.
They're very much looking at separate professional lives. There's some commentary around the fact that there may be some upset in their marriage as well. But at this stage, it's just looking like they are very much following different paths. Meghan, of course, is involved with American Riviera Orchard. Her
Meghan insiders say was furious, not just at the timing or the backlash, but at Harry's inability to read the room. She had spent months rebuilding their image, and he tore it down in one poorly timed rant. Some claim it was the moment she emotionally checked out, turning her focus inward, toward her empire and away from the prince. She once crossed oceans for what began as a simple plea for safety has exploded into a full-blown royal war, one laced with betrayal, bruised egos, and, behind the scenes, fury that's leaving relationships scorched in its wake.
Involved with American Riviera Orchard, her jams and preserves and dog biscuits, and of course the cooking show that's going to accompany that.
Prince Harry's relentless fight for security protections in the UK isn't just about bodyguards and motorcades. It's about power, pride, and a deep festering wound that's only getting uglier. And now it's not only threatening his fragile link to the monarchy, it's tearing apart the last shreds of his marriage.
Back to the things that really meant a lot to him in the past. So that is following his mother's work with the Halo Trust, the Diana Awards, some of his African charities, obviously Invictus. And so they're sort of managing, instead of being a team, now they're being seen as two individuals pursuing very different careers.
Insiders say King Charles is furious. What Harry frames as a basic safety need, the monarch views as a slap in the face. A public courtroom humiliation wrapped in legal jargon to Charles. This is no longer about logistics, it's personal. The son he once adored is now dragging the royal family through the mud, and the king's patience has officially snapped.
In UK royal drama, new report makes bombshell claims. Is Prince Harry unhappy living in US? Is Duke of Sussex feeling isolated in California? Why Meghan is anxious as rumors swirl about Harry. Royal expert reveals shocking details. Being away from one's homeland can be challenging for anyone, and Prince Harry is no different. According to a royal expert, Meghan Markle may be feeling increasingly anxious amid growing speculation about Prince Harry's happiness in the United States. Although the Duke and Duchess of Sussex recently appeared joyful in a photo Meghan shared on her newest ever Instagram account, expert Jenny Bond suggests that Meghan is keenly aware of the swirling online discussions questioning whether Harry is genuinely content in his new life away from the UK. According to a report, Meghan is trying very hard to show the world that she has a happy marriage.
Behind palace doors, sources say Charles is seething, pressured by both advisors and the British public to take a stand, and many believe that means cutting Harry off completely. The court of public opinion isn't any kinder the media has crucified Harry for what's been called a tone-deaf tantrum, and polls show the people are over it. There's no sympathy left, only outrage, and Meghan, she's caught in the crossfire, but not silently, you know.